seen just about everything in my years in medicine. But this next story shocked even me. 28 days ago, I challenged Rocco, a meat-loving cowboy, to go on a vegan diet for 28 days. Little did I know that what happened on our show would inspire people across the nation and save his life. Take a look. Today, we're tackling meat. Rocco's a meat-loving cowboy, and I'm about to ask him to give up meat and animal products for 28 days. First of all, you redefine for me what a meat and potatoes man is.
There's nothing green on my plate.
We calculated how much saturated fat you eat in a typical week, and it was 2.5 pounds. That amount.
You got a way to make it a point, you know that? I'm 53 years old, and actually wondering how long I'm going to make it.
The best way for us to do this is take it to the truth tube. Your blood sugar was 172. You're not borderline anything. You're just a diabetic. Your waist size, 49 inches. And your weight, 265 pounds. When I saw these figures, I was very alarmed. And when I'm scared, the patient needs to be scared too. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
That's plaque inside your arteries. You are in the 97th percentile, which means almost no one has more plaque than you. In fact, you have the heart of an 85-year-old.
Is it reversible?
Yes.
Okay.
We need to get serious about this. When I found out Rocco's health was so critical, I knew I had to send in the one man who would get him on the right track. He's a brilliant doctor, an exceptional motivator, and my best friend. Take a look.
I'm Dr. Mike Roizen, and here at the Dr. Oz Show, I'm known as the Enforcer. Once Dr. Oz puts them in the truth tube, I get to monitor their progress and make sure they stay on the road to health.
Hello, it's Rocco.
Rocco, this is young Dr. Mike. Of all the people I've talked to, the one that concerns me most is our meat-loving cowboy, Rocco. So I'm going to Arizona myself to see how he's doing. I'm on my way to Rocco's house to make a surprise house call and make sure he's staying on the vegan diet that Dr. Oz put him on. Rocco?
Dr. Mike.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. You look good, man.
Oh, my God. What are you doing?
You look great.
So glad to meet you finally.
Privilege. Now, you're sticking with the diet,
Yes.
and you got rid of the meat?
Got rid of the meat.
Let's go and look in the fridge.
I'll show you right now.
Oh, look at this. It's pretty good.
I got a lot of peaches and apples, cucumbers, leafy green vegetables.
This is great.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the freezer.
You know, there's no meat in here. I don't see any.
Not a piece of meat. Yourself and Dr. Oz told me to kind of stay away from it.
That's perfect.
I couldn't have convinced my body to do this a month ago before you guys not forced me, but directed me to a different type of eating. And then it kind of trained my brain.
Right. Are you keeping up with your steps?
Yes, right now it was 10,000 the first month, and now I'm going to start doing 12,000. Keep my pedometer with me. 4,500, and it's only 20 after 12.
You did that pretty darn easy.
Well, there's less pounds of me to do it than before I met you.
The horse probably likes that too. Go ahead and see it.
Okay. But yeah, everything feels different. And it's taken a huge weight off me personally. I didn't realize what effect mentally looking like that was doing to me. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Literally kickstart the rest of my life. I'm 53 years old and I've got the opportunity of a lifetime. And I thank you and Dr. Oz for it.
And thank you for inspiring so many. You're great, Rocco.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Love you. Can you come out next month? Because I'm afraid if I lose you, I'm going to mess up.
You won me for life.
Okay,
You know, you
good.
got my email for life.
Oh, my. So, it's been 28 days. I got to say, everywhere I go, people stop me and they ask me about Rocco. I can't wait any longer. I'm going to see what he looks like. Rocco, come on. Woo!
I love you.
Sit down and sit. I got to say, Rocco, it's impressive. I mean, I walk in airports that are not anywhere close to Phoenix, where you're from. I was in Boston, Chicago, Atlanta. How's Rocco doing? What's he up to?
You guys do a great job here. You guys, everybody here, in other words, this is not a TV show. And I'm serious about this. The reason I lost the weight is not because I wanted a TV show. Everybody from the first person who called me about this show to Dr. Oz, through Dr. Roizen, all the producers, everybody, this is, I tell everybody I'm going to the land of Oz. It's a place to go, and that's the reason I lost the weight. It wasn't me. I didn't want to fail you. I didn't want to fail Dr. Roizen.
And we didn't want to fail you, because when you left here, I really was very, very concerned. As you went back to the airport and took that long flight back home, what was going through your mind?
That was brutal. I went crazy in the airport because as soon as I left, the pressure was off. I did the TV show. I got 28 days. The first test, I passed by one fast food restaurant. I passed by fettuccine Alfredo. I passed by bacon and smells. And I decided right there and there, I was only a half hour away from here. And I said, am I going to live or am I going to die? Am I going to spend time with my grandchildren? Am I not? And I got a bag of nuts and a container of juice. And that was the first time in my life I did that.
I'm proud of you. It's the first step. So, Mikey, what made Rocco such a good student?
Two things made Rocco really good. One is he had that aha moment. You showed him. He actually didn't tell you, but he almost didn't come on the show. He didn't want the reality of the truth tube, so he almost didn't avoid it. But when he got in there and you spoke to him, he got that aha moment that either he was about to not be here anymore, 85, or he could reverse it and see his grandchildren. And that's really the important point. He got the thing that he could reverse this. And the second thing is, he had a mission. He decided he wasn't doing this just for himself, but he was doing it for all the other people he was influencing. Because so many people wrote in and wrote to him and said, I'm inspired by you.
So let me reverse a little bit. What is it about Dr. Roizen, the enforcer, that sort of got you over there? I'm asking this question not just for you, because I know there are going to be as many people as before that show going to call me now and say, I want to do what Rocco's doing. What clicked for you?
The knowledge that he had and the way he came across. I have never had a grown man push me around a little bit. And I push people around a little bit. But in other words, it wasn't that he was doing it because I was a subject or I was a patient. He did it for me because he knows a way of life that I needed. And that's the way he sold it to me. And it was through his care and his love and his consistency. And again, it wasn't anything I couldn't do myself. Sure. But the fact that there were other people in it with me. I have an eating disorder. You know, there's no fat guys, nobody's out to save fat guys. But I have an eating disorder. It's a problem. I learned it. It's taken years to create it. And I have to stay away from the things that created it. No different than drinking. Yeah. No different than if I were addicted to drugs or I had an addiction to some behavior. Right. I have to change the behavior.
So, Rocco, what surprised you the most about this whole push towards being a vegan that we sort of left you with 28 days ago?
And the thing that surprised me the most, and it's surprising me right now, if I eat the amount of food the size of my palm, I will not be hungry anymore, and then I'll eat 2 hours, 3 hours later. Mm-hmm. I will eat more times than I did before, and I will consume less calories, and at the end of the day, I would have lost weight. Sounds like a winning program.
Yeah, it does sound like a winning program. You want to see if it worked, everybody? Yeah. Rocco, you want to know?
No, I'm going that
way. So come on up. Dr. Roizen wants to check your waist size for me. Okay. You've been there before.
Yeah.
So you know the truth tube rules. All right, Mike, check his waist size.
Hold it right there.
Good.
Now, Rocco, we want you to suck in.
You get the camera here, guys.
Because you're going to anyway.
I don't want anybody saying it's not real.
43. Fantastic.
When you came on the first time, I was crystal clear on the fact that I didn't care about your weight as much as I cared about what was happening inside of you.
That's correct.
Right, so the first number we talked about was your glucose, your blood sugar. Because diabetes is a big deal to me. It's like pieces of glass shards scraping at your insides. You don't want that happening and not knowing about it. So you were a diabetic. Let's see what your number is now. Your glucose on the test we did is 99. Now, so, We got your glucose, your hemoglobin A1C. This is your chart. That's another one of the tests we use to figure out how diabetic you are. It was 9, which means you're just a diabetic. And it's down to 7.7, which is great. Not perfect, but you're headed in the right direction. And the final, and this was the most important to me, it blew my mind. Your HDL cholesterol, yours was 33, which is the highest risk category there is. With the diet alone, your HDL cholesterol went up to 45.
Well, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to say.
Now, not only is he happy, but the horses are happy.
That's right. When we come back, I'm going to reveal how much weight Rocco has lost in just 28 days and how you can do it too. We'll be right back.